Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Ask the Expert Show this morning. My name is Gary Cassady. I'll be your host. And today we've got a very special guest. He's back by popular demand. Rio McGee talking foreign exchange again. Let's bring Rio up on the screen. Rio, how are you doing, sir?
I am all right. I am awesome. This is Monday. Wonderful day to be in the market. Wonderful day to be sharing Forex with your viewers, Gary.
Yes. Now I got to say something, Rio, that you are my very first guest that I've had second on the show.
Really?
Yes, and
You know why that is, Gary? Because you have a lot of intelligent viewers. That's why.
that's right. Yeah, they got a lot. So apparently, Forex is kind of like the new thing. Like people they want to know about it. So
It is
um,
definitely the buzz, man. It's
yeah.
definitely the
So
buzz for good reasons.
you were on the show last time. We talked a little bit about Forex and a little bit how to get started. And so one of the things I just want to kind of go off is, first off, what's changed in the market? Has anything changed so far? What do you say?
Something changes every day in the market, and especially you all know our president unfortunately came down with COVID. So something like that affects the market. On that day, the market went down a little bit. Actually, I was thinking it's going to go down a lot more. First off, best of blessings to him and his family, and Melania. Pray for a quick and speedy recovery. But yeah, so every day the market is changing. You know, just from simple news, and that was world news. So it is obviously having an effect on the market today. Not seeing much of a drawdown regarding that because of that. But
Okay.
hey, every day is a different day. We'll see.
Well, you do bring up a really good point, and I wasn't thinking about that until you just mentioned it. So, like the effects of different presidents across the world may affect the currency of that country, correct?
Exactly. News affects currency.
Yeah.
It's what we call it. There's different things we use in regards of determining what's going to happen to, let's say, to price. Even with stock market, same thing. And one of the fundamentals, that's fundamental information, will determine what can happen that day. So definitely, something happens to it's definitely some type of world event goes on. You know, it's going to say Corona. When Corona hit in March, it tanked. You know, you saw prices just go down. And those who were positioned for that actually made a lot of money by selling currencies that
day. Yeah. So would like the day that the president announced he had COVID, would it be a good day to like start buying stuff up when it's low like that, and then what rebound? Like
so what happened was a great day for that. That was a great day to start selling the forces in currency. We started selling, you know, the market started going down. We use indicators and it shows direction. And so therefore it was a great day to start selling currency. And then the next day, I think that may have been Thursday and I get my dates wrong. So don't hold me to this, you traders out there.
yeah.
You know, they were like, no, he was wrong, you know. So, but whatever day it was, the next day, you start having a little rebound. So you saw it was a great day then to start buying up because typically, in regards to Forex, which is different from stock, when it goes down as deeply, it can just go back up. It doesn't matter which direction. We have the opportunity just as easily to make money as it go down. And usually what goes down goes back up and vice versa. So the educated Forex trader was ready and prepared for it.
Yeah. So when do you like know when to buy? When's the best time to buy Forex?
You know what? There is no particular best time. You know, is each like literally price changes every hour, every minute, every second. You know, it can go up. It literally fluctuates up and down. I don't know if let me see if you guys can see this screen a little bit better. Is my screen behind me a little bit difficult to see, Gary?
Yeah, it's a little blurry.
A little blurry. All right. Well, we won't worry about that then. But anyway, so on these charts that we have, and I'm gonna have to talk to my technical people. So if I come back on a third time, I'll make sure they have this together.
Yeah.
But at any time, I mean, that price is literally, I mean, if we watch what we call charts, and these behind me is a chart that have what's called candlesticks. And you can see literally every second, it's just going up and down like so. And so when is the best time? It's really based upon analysis. When we see it, sometimes there's no like certain point of day, there's no certain time of day. It's just based upon using our analysis to determine where it's going. You know, because the deal is we're actually trading against banks as the average person, you and I, those who are watching, we're what's called retail traders, all right? And our competition is the bank, all right? Now here's the deal. You guys like banks for holding your money, but I'm gonna tell you, in forex trading, don't like the bank. All right, I have a thing that I play around with, so go with me. I tell my street people, I'm gonna teach you how to rob the bank. I tell my uppity people, I'm gonna teach you how to rob the bank legally. I
I'm
tell
gonna
my
pull that
church
out of
folk, I'm gonna teach
context,
you how
man.
to, huh?
I'm gonna put a little clip of that. Like, I'm gonna pull just that
Right.
out of the video here.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I mean, truly, we're going against the banks, and
Yeah.
this is that time where you can actually go in and take from the bank. You don't need a mask, you don't need a note or anything like that. All you have to do is use a little bit of knowledge and get some of that money. As we call it, we grab the bag. We go in, get the bag, and it's any time of day. Forex is 24 hours, 5 days a week, 24 hours. So
Yeah.
you have plenty of opportunity to go in. But again, it's all based on being educated. We just don't tell it. This is a $6 trillion a day industry. All right.
Wow.
You're just not running in there off a $6 trillion a day industry, off of some YouTube videos, you know? Most are not. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
On average, like I said, that's the key to it. And that's when we determine how when to buy, just kind of based off analysis.
Yeah. So
You guys understand? I give long answers, all right?
no, I love the long answers. So you guys listening, I mean, I know there's a lot of questions and a lot of feedback about Rio getting on and like how to get started. So if you guys could actually, if you're tuning in, definitely shoot me questions and stuff like that. You know, if you're interested in having Rio answer a question live on the air, we'll do that now. But we're going to keep going on. But you know, the reason for you being back on the show, Rio, I mean, Forex. I've known of Forex for like 20 years now, but it seems to be it seems to be getting more and more popular now. I'm hearing about it more and more. Why is that? Is that just because there's more people trading? Is that what's the scenario?
I'll tell you as of recently why, because truthfully with COVID, since March, Forex has really become a buzz for a couple of reasons. One, as we all know, 40 million people became unemployed, right?
Yeah.
During that time period, we had 40 million people looking for some way to make money.
Yeah.
And so where's the first way you go? You go right online. Yep. And so therefore there are amazing companies, including the one that my company is partnered up with, where we have people out there sharing this information. So you had this world event go on, this pandemic, and you had unfortunately 40 million people who were unemployed needing some type of way to make money, and this skill set let them know that, hey, if I were to learn this, I never have to worry about being in this position again, being laid off again. Right behind me, Gary. Now you guys can't see this, so I'm gonna read this to you guys. What this says, it says, is Forex recession proof? You guys can Google this, and it will tell you Forex is not only recession proof, but it's a way to make a lot of money and survive an economic crash. All right. So for those of you who are wondering, what would be a benefit of this? The benefit of learning Forex, and the reason why so many people, and it's becoming such a, like how flipping houses was for us, Gary. Remember, everyone wanted to learn how to flip houses and everything.
Yeah.
Well, now, truthfully, this is easier than flipping houses. All right, there's so many strings that we have to pull together, either to flip a house, to rent a house, whatever. This right here, sitting back, equipped with the education and the mentorship of learning this, but from the comfort of your home, office, the beach, wherever, you can do this. And you don't have to have contractors and realtors and all this and that. Love those people, need those people, but not in this. And so, but because of that, is one of the major reasons why Forex has become such a buzz thing. And then, like simple as this, Gary, technology, social media. Before, no time better than today is as knowledge shared as much as it is now, especially because of Instagram, Facebook, and other social media sites, right? So now information gets out there a lot quicker and a lot easier. And those who want it, and they are finding it, you know, and that will be why I would say would be a main reason why Forex is becoming such a popular thing now, because I don't want to say it's easy, but it's definitely it's like learning. I would say it's synonymous to learning a foreign language. If you can learn a language, you can learn Forex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got a whole system set up though, like tools, software that it essentially tells you what the market is, when to buy, when to sell.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Like, so
yeah.
you've almost made it dumb proof, you know?
So I would say, and here's the truth of the matter. The company which I partner up with, my company partner up, along with the education that they provide, they also provide a tool called the harmonic scanner. So this is the purpose for the person who says, I want to be able to just copy and paste. So this tool, what it does, it takes all the heavy lifting out of it. All right. So it lets you, it chooses the pairs that you trade. It tells you when to get in the market, where to take your profit in, as well as how to protect your money in regards to preventing loss, of what we call a stop loss. Yeah. So for that person who says, yeah, I want to learn this, but I want to earn while I learn, or I want something that's going to help me go through the process, it's a great tool that we use, and I have mentees and everything who use this, and that's how they trade. You know, they let the tool do it. I'm personally a believer to be able to do it without the tool, but and having that tool in your arsenal is an amazing thing. And there are others out there, but that's the one that we actually use and we find to be successful. It has a 90% accuracy rate. So it like I said, for that average person, especially coming in, it gives you the confidence and ability that you need. And there's tons of them.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, you know, what kind of trades can you make like on a day-to-day basis? Like, I know the last time you was on the show, I think you actually was able to make a couple $100 like during the episode. So like,
right.
It could be really quick, or like you know.
You know what? That's a good question. How much you can make really depends. There's a couple of things like that. One of the things is just the market. It depends on what's going on in the market that day. You know, sometimes that market is a little crazy, and you know it may not be a great day to trade. You know, so sometimes you may not make anything because it's just not smart to be in the market. All right. Other days, I mean, even myself, my mentors, and other people that are associated with, I can easily make a couple hundred to several thousands a day. You know, but a lot of that is truly based on market conditions, as well as experience, as well as education, all that. But for the average person, let's just say something simple. The average person, anywhere from $100 to $500 a day is very doable. But let's break that down. $100 a day, 5 days a week, that's $2,000 a month. Extra $24,000 a year that you can potentially do this. All right. $500 a day, that's $140,000 a year doing that. So, and here's the thing, my day is not just spent right here on like I'm just looking at this 8 hours a day. That's not the case. You know, I spend a very small period of time, and on average, the average trader spends a very small period of time in the markets, physically in the market. I guarantee you probably spend more time in traffic and doing your commute than we do on these charts, you know. But again, the opportunity is there. Like I said, this is $6 trillion a day. I don't know about you guys, but my bills don't account to $6 trillion. All I need is a small portion of that, and it's available. But again, to answer your question, the average person, anywhere from $100 to $500 a day, that serious trader can do even much more than that.
Okay, but how much? You know, and you mentioned time. How much time are you personally spending on your software or trading on a day-to-day basis?
So I spend more time learning than I do trading, because I understand this. Full disclosure, I'm still learning this whole thing. I am no great guru in trading and stuff like that. I have enough education to make money in this, but there's so much more to learn. All right. There's always saying when we stop learning, we may as well just start digging our grave, right? Yeah. But in this is that there's, like I said, there's always so much to learn. And market conditions changes, and so hey, you've got to adapt to it. So, but for me personally, I spend more time of learning as far as being plugged into our platform and learning from people who know far more than I do, who've been doing this a lot longer. We have what's called a go live session, so I can literally, and actually when I get off with you, Gary, I'm going into a live training session. My mentors and some others in the organization, and we're and one of our mentors is going to be teaching, some strategy, and I'm able to plug in anywhere. I don't have to be in a particular class. I don't have to go a particular place. I'll just be doing what I do and logging in. And so I spend more time doing that. And then as far as the actual trading, it just depends. There's different sessions. There's 4 different sessions that go on throughout the day as far as trading sessions. I usually trade the very early morning session. That's the London session. So I'm Central Standard Time. So that's 2 a.m. So do I get up at 2 a.m. in the morning? Yes, I do sometimes, some days. And I'll go in based on the analysis that we do. I'll look in, I'll set my trades, and I may go back to bed, wake up later and say, okay, was I successful or was I not? Most times I am. Then but I have the opportunity of going in throughout the day trading depending upon what I'm seeing. I might go back in later. Sometimes I come in like late at night. So, well, not late at night, but say about 8 or 9 o'clock. I like kind of just when things have kind of died down, volatility is a little slower, and then you can get in and get some good trades in as well. But I would say most would say the best time to trade is to be done by 11. 11, let's say Central, whatever your time is. For us, it's Central Standard Time. So 11, they say, hey, be done by 11, be out of the market by then. I'm a little hard-headed. Sometimes I go in late.
Yeah.
That's it.
We got a message, a comment here, question from Kimberly. How many hours a day learning, and how many hours are training? Like for example, how long are you trading? How long are the trading sessions? Does that make
trading
sense?
Session. So let's go with let's go to start the trading session. Trading sessions are 24 hours, so you can trade 24 hours a day. May not be best to trade depending upon what you're trading, Kimberly. May not be best to trade 24 hours, but you have the opportunity to trade 24 hours a day. Now, as far as the learning, it's really based on you. As far as with me through the platform that I learned through, it's based on my time, my availability. I kind of, as they say, go hard or go home. I kind of dig in because I'm sold in onto the whole trading on Forex. So I can choose to learn, 30 minutes a day. I can choose to, hey, take a few hours and do it. So it's really up to you, Kimberly, on how long you actually can trade.
Okay.
I mean, educational trading.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. I mean, she actually here she posted another question as well. Can you see it on the screen?
What's a good investment to start with a newbie? Great. Yeah. All right. I have 2 answers for that. The first answer is 0. All right. Because as a newbie, I tell all my mentees, you don't start with any money. You actually start with a demo account as you're learning. So we're using real-time information, but fake money. All right. So that until you get to the point to where you're a little more educated and building up the confidence. And that's where a lot of traders have problems in building up the confidence in it. So once we've got your confidence built up, then we start to say, okay, now you're ready to go into what we call putting real money into it. And then that part is anywhere from $100 to $500 is what we suggest. So you're not coming with thousands of dollars. It's not something that's going to break the bank, like that. On average, the average person watching has $100 to $500, and that's what you start with.
Okay. All right. And
great question, Kimberly. Great question.
She got one more question here too.
Tim's got some questions.
She's hitting you here. So
all right, what are hot items, trading items, and what types of things are you trading? Great. I mean, this guy has some great questions. All right, Kimberly. So, what are the hot trading items? Money. That's all we trade. Money. Also, but what's popular as well is Bitcoin. So here's a tip. I think we may have touched upon this last time. Right about now, Bitcoin is probably about $10,000. Let me see if I can have, for the sake of time. Bitcoin is probably, no, we got time right there. Let's hop on. Let's see what Bitcoin is trading for right about now. Huh? We got plenty of time? All right, cool. All right, cool. So I'm going to hop on to answer Kimberly's question. Wait a minute, I got to get into this right screen. Let's see what Bitcoin's price is right here. Some of you guys are probably quicker than me. All right. Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin is selling for $10,732. All right. So if you want to buy one Bitcoin, break the bank, baby. Come on with that 10 grand, right? However, as Forex traders, we can still make money off of Bitcoin's valuation. There's a valuation of Bitcoin versus other currencies. For example, Bitcoin versus the US dollar. And as that valuation goes up and down, sideways, but primarily up and down, the Forex trader doesn't have to put $10,000 in to make money. We can put in $100, a $500 account and trade a fraction of that and leverage that money to make money off of Bitcoin and keep our 10 grand in the bank. So that's a hot item that being traded. I personally like to trade gold. I like to trade indices. So those two areas like that. I don't do too much of Bitcoin trading just for no reason. I just don't do much of it. But I really like gold and I really like indices.
Yeah.
Does Kimmy have another question? I feel somebody have another question.
She says thanks. So
all right.
yeah,
Got it. You're welcome. Hopefully I helped you out there, Kim.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. So well, you bring up a good point, like Bitcoin. Like I did not realize Bitcoin itself was part of the foreign exchange. Like, is Bitcoin getting that big of a
So let's think of it this way, Gary. Foreign exchange is a market where currencies are bought and sold for profit. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So therefore, Bitcoin and all of the cryptocurrencies can be traded in the foreign exchange. Also, your metals can be traded. So gold, silver, platinum can be traded in the foreign exchange. Oil can be traded in the foreign exchange.
Yeah.
And actually, when I said indices are actually they're not currencies, but what indices are for instance, the Nasdaq. We can trade that. We can trade the S&P. We trade that on the foreign exchange. So we don't necessarily do stock, but the indices are a compromise of stocks, of the performances of different companies that are publicly traded.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Okay, Kimberly, she's got another question.
Let's go.
Yeah, here we go. Is there a service fee to access your training module?
So yeah, so in regards for my mentorship, it comes 100% totally free if you become a student of the company that we partner with. Our company we partner with is I Am Academy, amazing platform, over 300,000 people worldwide, translated in over 10 different languages, 24 hours a day education. It on average it breaks down to $5.83 a day. So in essence, Eric, Kimberly, and everybody else watching, I took $5.83 a day, invested into myself to learn this, and it paid for itself 10 times over. That ends up being about $175 a month is what the average cost for it to do to learn. But I tell you, it's what I would actually pay more than that, because the tool that I share with you, the harmonic scanner, the average person coming in, the newbie coming in, uses that to learn how to pay off their tuition. I don't know any other place where you going in your tuition, you can pay your tuition with what you learn,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so hope that answered your question, Tim. So yeah, $5.83 a day changed my life. I might need a T-shirt that says that.
Sounds like a good T-shirt.
Say it again.
Sounds like a good T-shirt.
If that was the third time, if I'm ever on here third time, my T-shirt is going to say $5.83 changed my life. All right.
It sounds like we're going to have to schedule a third time just to get.
Hey man, I think so. Hey, I'm ready for it. My money's are free. Let's do it. We're gonna have to get Kim coming back because she's got great questions.
It's right. So, but all right. Well, let's move on a little bit. So, like you've talked a little bit about like some of the good. What's the bad part about Forex trading?
You can lose money.
We want to talk. There's got to be something.
Yeah. You can lose money. That's it. That's the bad part. Yeah. That's the bad. I mean, truly. Here's what's not going to happen in Forex trading. Let's compare that to going to a job. All right. You're not going to get laid off. You're not going to deal with co-workers or supervisors or someone you don't like. You're not going to be into something that you have no passion for. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be driving back and forth all day in gas, being away from your family and away from home and stuck in traffic and things like that. So those things don't happen in Forex. What happens in Forex? You can lose money. The benefit of learning Forex, learning it right, is that there are ways to minimize that loss. So
Okay.
again, the biggest thing that can go bad with that is like I said, you can lose money, but it's nothing compared to what can happen to you going to your job every day. That that most of us, your job or your business, more things can happen bad there than it can happen in this market.
Yeah. Well, what are some of the things? How can somebody minimize their investment to where they don't lose much money?
Well, it's simple. As simple as that. Even when we're setting trades, there's something that we all learn now. Whether we all do it, but we all learn is to set what's called a stop loss. All right. And here's what a stop loss simply means. It stops your loss. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's say that price. I will give an example. Let's say that price is at $1. I'm gonna break this down simple, but this is not how you actually see it in the market for the sake of explanation.
yeah.
All right, let's say if price is at $1. Now, my thought is that it's going to go up to $2. All right. Now, if it goes up to $2, then guess what? I make $1, right?
Hmm.
But I'm going to set a stop loss and say if price happens to go down, I might set my stop loss at 75 cents. So that
Yeah.
means if price does not go up to 2 but decides to come down instead, if it gets to 70 cents, I lose a quarter. All right.
Okay.
It doesn't go down to zero and I lose all my money. All right. Every trade as we're taught as far as risk management, we're taught and we try to emphasize to use a stop loss in your trading. Again, some don't, smart ones do, and that helps to prevent a loss. And you have that opportunity in every trade that you do, but it comes with this.
Now, with the stop loss being in place, does it have a bigger reward, or or is it kind of eliminate? Like, does it cap you at a certain level to where you don't make as like the risk? So the risk, the risk reward type of scenario. So if the
Yeah,
stop loss
exactly.
is in there, is that stop you from making the bigger money? Is that why some people wouldn't put it in?
I'll tell you why some people don't. The reason why some don't use it is because price can go down. So let's say you're in the trade. Let's say it went down to 60 cents. All right. It went past 70 cents. Let's say it went down to 60 cents. And that might be as far as price went down. And it may go back up to the $2. And the reason why some don't use it because if price doesn't go all the way down to zero, it can always revert back. And so therefore they don't want to be taken out of the trade because if you have a stop loss at 75, when it hits that 75, it's going to take you out of the trade. So you may lose a quarter, but you don't lose anything more than that. So you're done trading for that particular trade. For
Okay.
those who did not set a stop loss, it's a risk. They're saying, hey, I may risk it coming down some because it might come back up and go past and then end up going to the $2, and they don't want to be taken out of the trade.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like you trade how you trade, but there is a way in which you want to be smart about it. I'll be in full disclosure, Derek. I've traded at times and I did not use stop loss.
Yeah.
And there becomes a level of discipline that has to be developed because in trading, not only you learn things about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already knew I was an investor, Gary. We know that buying houses and you're investing. I also learned I got a little bit of gambling side to me too. All right? So that's the part that have to be careful about. That's the part that each
Yep.
person, as you're learning, you learn some things about yourself in trading. And truthfully, that you learn in trading, you're not just doing this in your trading life. These are also things that you're probably doing in your regular everyday life as well. You're taking risks that you didn't realize that you were doing. You were acting ways that you didn't realize the way that you act until you actually see it in your trading style.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Hey, we got a few more statements here. Yeah, here's one you may. I don't know if you know this lady or not, Rio.
Yes, sir.
Reward is
right.
Sherman McGee.
Rewards is far greater than the risk when win big, lose small. There you go. She's right. Rewards are far greater than the risk. Win big, lose small.
Yep.
That's the creed of the forex trader. Right?
There
There
you
you
go.
go, Stormy. Awesome question. What's up?
Yep. And then Johnny Jones got a question here on money management. What percentage of the investment account is play and any one time?
So the rule of thumb is 2%. Is usually what I say. 2%. So you're not blowing accounts, and blowing an account basically means you're gone. All your money's gone. So
Yeah.
at any given time, what the rule of thumb is two, as much as three, but on average 2% is what they say. Now, does
Okay.
every forex trader stick to that? No, but that's the goal. That's what you should do.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, you've got a wealth of knowledge here on forex trading. I mean, much farther than I've ever thought about being. But we had a quick conversation before we went live, Rio, and it was some of the more advanced stuff, not necessarily but something that I can relate on is funds. Starting like a fund, and raising money and so forth. I mean, as you know, you and I connected from raising funds, right?
Right.
From the real estate, but like, tell me a little bit about like some of the stuff you're doing on that end for like the funds. I know you haven't you're starting to some stuff, and if you can share.
Yeah, there's two sides. One, we're actually looking into starting a forex fund for trading, but also on the flip side, as you know, Gary, we do a lot in the community as far as giving philanthropic endeavors. So what we're doing before my company, Awesome House, we had a campaign called Awesome Giver, in which we did a turkey giveaway where we gave away 100 turkeys to families for Thanksgiving. We want to show the power of learning this skill set with Forex and how it can apply to your home. Also, it can apply to your giving, to your churches, to your organizations that you may support. So what we're doing what we're putting together now is called a trade-a-thon. And ideally, what we're doing, myself and some of my mentors and mentees and of our team, we're putting together a fund. We're investing money into the market, and opposed to going out and buy 200 turkeys for the families that we're going to feed, we're going to trade for the money. So we're not taking donations and things like that. We're putting money into the market. We're trading to make $4,000 to pay for the turkeys that we're going to give to the families, and then in essence, our money is still in the money that we initially put in is still in your account. So we basically will feed 200 people, 200 families
For
rather,
zero.
for $0
Yeah.
using this skill set of learning forex trading. So that's going to be coming up. We're actually going to be it's going to be live on Facebook. So that's the second or third week of November is actually where we're setting it. It's going to be on a Thursday because Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, and Thursday is an awesome day for trading. But again, the whole purpose of it is to show us how learning this skill set, how you can benefit your family, you can benefit your church, your community, and it really don't cost you anything, just the time and learning this skill set. So check out, be looking out for our trade-a-thon coming up anymore. We're going to do something else for Christmas, and again, just showing the power of this skill set.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing to do. And the big thing is you're not out any money. I mean, so
no money.
You're doing some work, making money, versus either collecting donations or money out of your own pocket. So those individuals that do want to give back, here's a potential way to get your own money and feed 200 people. So. And this is not the first time you're doing the turkey thing. I mean, I met you 2, 3, 4 years ago, Rio, and one of the things that impressed me the most about you is you were always giving back to the community. I mean, you were talking to people, you got donations, and you were out feeding people literally on Thanksgiving Day, and like the week before, you were giving turkeys and stuff out. So I applaud you for continuing to keep doing that.
Thank you, man. We're in this together. That's the way I see it. We're all in this together, this thing called life. I don't care what level you are. We've got to help each other. It's always been in my heart. The men's group that I'm a part of, the men's locker room, we get out, We go feed family. We just did that, fed over 75 homeless individuals on Saturday. So I'm always looking for ways to help whoever needs it. And and it wasn't until recently that even a thought of using Forex in that same aspect had even came to play. Thank the Lord for just the idea, and now we're just going to put it in motion, and we're going to grow this thing and make it big. So that's why I encourage anyone who, even if you may be great, you may have the money you want or whatever, but this skill set right here can be a benefit in so many ways to either an individual, their household, and like I said, their community. And that's why I push it. In Matrix, you remember Matrix when Morpheus gave Neo, he said, hey, you can take the red pill or the blue pill. Say the red pill, you can go back to your regular life. The blue pill, your eyes be open. I took the blue pill. I took the Forex blue pill. I'm sold on it because I see how many ways that this can benefit, like I say, the household or just in whatever,
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I do it. One of the reasons.
Well, Rio, I can't thank you enough for literally going out and doing it and feeding the families. You are an inspiration to a lot of people, including myself. I still look back to the first time I met you, and you were talking about running in like a 5K or marathons and triathlon. I'm like, this guy is crazy running that. But you always stayed true to what you talked about, and like feeding the families and stuff. And it doesn't, you would still feed them regardless if Forex was there, right?
Exactly.
And giving back to the community. And this is just an extra tool to help you feed more people, because you're able to make more money, and the people that get involved with what you're doing, it's a life-changing tool, that they're getting. I remember when I first learned how to invest in real estate, it was something that was, I tried to go to different banks, and I went to a bunch of banks, and they said, no, we can't do investments, right? Because I was self-employed or whatever the case was. So I figured out how to learn how to raise private money. And that was a life-changing event. That one tool right there changed my life, changed my family's life. And I was able to change other people's lives from doing it. And here you're doing the exact same thing with Forex, for foreign exchange, changing currency. So
I'm following you, Gary. That's it.
Yeah.
You're one of my mentors. So I'm just following you. Copy and paste. That's all I do. Copy and paste.
And you're giving back. And so, I appreciate that. And I think we should have a third episode with you, man.
Hey, man, let's do it.
Maybe around Thanksgiving to, follow up on this turkey deal.
Let's do it. That'll be awesome to come back and to talk to people after we have the trade-a-thon, and just to share with you how it went. Like I said, it's going to be televised. It's going to be Facebook of Eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
So you guys check. I think that's a new word, Facebook of Eyes.
Yeah. We'll trademark that one. Yeah.
There we go. Let's do it. And but yeah, it'll be awesome. But I'm telling you this, Gary, I'm still waiting for the opportunity for me to come on as a guest host of Ask the Expert and interview you. That's what I want to do. So let's put that together.
We can do that too. We'll make it. We'll make it work. So
all right, well, cool. And and for anybody who's watching, they want to learn this skill set, have any more questions after this, you guys can call me direct. I don't know if my info shows up on it, but call me direct. You can call me, text me. I'll talk to you, answer whatever questions, and I don't have a problem. Like I said, I'm here to help. I want to. My goal is actually, now I will say this: male, female doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. My goal is to mentor 100 men in this Forex currency trading. And the reason I say men, because I'm a firm believer of this: men were both the problem as well as the solution of what's going on in society, right? And if we can affect the man's mind, affect his money, then potentially we can benefit the household as well as the community. So ladies, please still reach out to me. I will give you 1,000% of mentorship that I give a man, and my mentorship is free if you join the academy. But guys, definitely reach out to me, because we've got to change some things. We've got to make this happen. And it starts with you. You too. I have no product in selling with Forex. I don't have anything to sell. I have everything to share. So, but you are my tool. You are the product. That's it.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better, Rio. So
Hey, man, that's what I'm here. That's what I do, Gary.
there we go. Hey, we'll set up 2 more events. So we'll set up
Okay.
where you interview me,
Okay.
and then we'll set up an event where we kind of come back and just do like a follow up on the turkey.
On the trade-a-thon,
Yeah, on the
let's do it.
trade-a-thon. So
That'll work. That'll
yep.
work. Hey, you got my number?
Yeah, and then if you'll do me a favor, send me since you're going to go live on that trade-a-thon, send me like some information on it, and I'll send it out to everybody to like let's get people on it to support.
That'd be great.
Okay,
that'd be great. That'd be dope. We can do that. I look forward to do that, man. Anytime I get to meet with Gary Cassady, it's an awesome time. And I want to know when you come to St. Louis for this hockey tournament you guys go. I want to know. I want to be there. I want to root the Gary on.
Yeah, that's my son playing, not me.
I know. That's what I know who's playing.
Yeah. But all right. Hey, Rio, again, I appreciate you being on the show. We are at our max time here for the most part. Don't want to take up too much more of your time and day, and we appreciate it. And thanks again.
Hey, thank you. Thank everybody out there. Have a wonderful day. Be awesome. Let's trade up.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
You got it.